I'm Brenda Heron. I own and operate 4C's Gypsy Horses in Blanchard, Oklahoma. First time I ever saw a gypsy horse was on Riding Across America, a TV show that's on RSP TV. And I kept looking at the horse thinking, oh my gosh, that's the most gorgeous horse I've ever seen. So when the credits came across, I saw that it was a gypsy horse. I immediately got on the computer and looked up everything I could about gypsy horses. And that was in 2003. For the next 3 years, all I ever did was find website after website about gypsy horses and dreamed of having a gypsy horse of my own. We try to do as much as we can with the gypsies. We try to educate the world about these horses because I feel like they're such a special breed. I want everybody to be familiar with them. I want everybody to know about them. We go to expos, we show, we go travel to parades. We've traveled a lot of places around the country, and we just have a blast. The people that own gypsies are like nobody I've ever met before. We're all just a big family, and we love getting together, and we love showing our horses off. We help each other all the time. There's just a camaraderie there. First thing I have to say that I look for in a gypsy horse, conformation is so important, but to me, if they don't have the temperament, if they don't have that sweet personality, then, you know, I don't feel like they're a true gypsy horse. So to me, the temperament, the personality has to be the first thing you look at. Then I look at the conformation. I love the traditional gypsy horses. I love the thick bones, the huge chest, the long necks, short backs. I just think that the traditional cob is the only gypsy horse for me. I love the hair. I would never clip a hair on their bodies. I am totally a purist. I want the traditional horse, and that's the only one I can ever look at when I'm out looking at gypsy horses. I love their big apple bums. In Oklahoma red mud, you don't have a lot of tips on keeping them white, because most of the time they're a pinkish color. But when we do clean them up and go to shows and stuff like that, of course we wash them with a bluing shampoo, leave it in for a while, and then wash it out. Sometimes they use a yellowing shampoo that will take the yellow out of the white. We use chalk powder in their feather in order to fluff it up, so after we wash them and it's white or it's wet, we will put the chalk powder in their feather to fluff it up and then comb it out after it's dried, and that seems to fluff it up a lot. We oil their feather when we're not going to shows. The oil will pull a lot of the dirt out of their manes and tails and feather, and for some reason it's kind of hard to figure, but you would think that the oil would, pull in the dirt, but it actually will pull it out of their skin, and it also helps condition their feather and their manes and tails and keeps it growing really good. Well, me being the purist, I want them to stay natural. I mean, I want them to stay true to what the gypsies bred them to be, to begin with. I've seen a lot of breeders going toward the more sleek, the smaller gypsy horses. I've seen, clipping. I call it Americanizing the gypsy horses. I hate that. I want to see them true. I want to see them be the kind of horse that the gypsy bred to begin with, to pull their wagons, to have the temperament for their kids to be able to crawl all over and So hopefully that's what I plan on, the direction I plan on keeping going. I just wish that the rest of the United States felt that way, which I don't think they do, but to each his own. I'm not all about crossbreeding. I don't think personally that I would crossbreed. Again, I love the Gypsy horses for what they are. I realize that they're expensive and that people can purchase one or purchase a half Gypsy for a lot less money than they can a true Gypsy. But for me, I like the true Gypsies. I feel like that there's a reason why, you know, they're a feathered horse. There's a reason for that feather, and I just like for it to remain that way. The main thing that I think that you ought to remember with a Gypsy horse is that, you know, basically they're not a puppy dog. They're a horse. They're a lots of weighted horse. So make sure that you treat them as such. They've still got to be handled, even though they're sweet and they're gentle and they're extremely trainable. They are still an animal, and you've got to remember that. You've got to respect them and make them respect you.